Okay, so on this next video right here, this video is going to be about a barn. And I'm not sure if I should build another barn for all my wood, or not build the barn. What should I do? Because it's going to be right next to this barn. And yes, that hole is going to be filled in, that big barn fire pit. It's going to be filled in. But it's going to be attached to this barn. So that means I'm going to be losing this board, this board, this board, and all this stuff. I'm going to put a beam right here, a pole right here. Where my foot went, there. And have another beam put in right here. Have another beam put in right here, another pole. I'm gonna go across. I mean, you gotta make sure it's straight. You gotta put another beam right there. Another beam right here. I mean, you guys might get the point though. It's just gonna be a big old barn. It's probably gonna be like, well, I think that's like a 6 by 10 or no. It has to be a 6 by 12, I think. Those tops are 6 by 8. There's 2 tops right there. There's a third one right there. So let's see. 12. What's 12 plus 8? That'd be 14 feet long. Holy crap. That's a long barn. So I think that if I try and make me a 16 by 16 foot barn, that might just hold all my wood. Maybe. Hope. That's a crap load of wood. It has to be cut up, moved to the pile, and split. And I'm not thinking we're getting the log splitter for another few weeks, or maybe even close to another month. But what you should think. You know what I mean? I spend one day, about 4 hours digging holes with our auger, and well, 1 day to 4 hours drilling holes. Well, I should say. Then comes the scary part. You gotta get up on the roof and you gotta put the top beams on. Which are the beams right there? Let me tell you, it can get pretty dang scary when you're up in the air like that with no support. So I put this barn here up in the winter, and let me tell you, this spring I had to replace 2 front beams, and what else I had to replace? Then another beam or 2 after that. I'll show you the second beam that I had. You guys think that I'm stupid, but that's a really small second beam. Right there's a second beam attached, going all the way down, and it quits right there. Well, that's because we had to break it off. But this beam here is the third beam. The first beam I had to put that. Third beam I had to put on this here. That wasn't fun, man. Oh, I remember what I had to replace. I had to replace this beam here once or twice. This beam here once or twice. Well, those back beams, they're big enough that they didn't even do anything. They just stayed. They didn't get any damage in the winter. But in the winter, I had a big sinkhole in the roof, my roof right there. When I sit my finger is around there, I'm not looking, but it's around there. And it was just full ice. Every day I'd have to come on here and get the ice off. One morning I came on here and I had 8 inches of ice on top of that hole. And I finally just put a hole in the my roof, all the water ran out and the ice just stayed in there. Spring came, the ice was still there, surprisingly. So I just lifted it up and threw it out. This video is only getting 5 minutes long, but that's okay. But a few years ago, we had a tree that fell. It was an oak tree. And I'll show you the tree. It was connected with this oak, well, these two oaks, on this back side. See that? You probably can't really see it very well. See? It was all the way down. Those are the branches. And when the branches, the tree go across the creek, where we dammed, where my dad and I dammed up the creek. So then we could have a water source for the food plots and for the yard. I'm trying to show you the dam. I don't want to get in the creek. Okay. Use white pine logs. Here's one of them. I had to use that to get the quad out of the creek. I drove it down the creek. All the logs on it. Try and zoom in. You can see some log top of the logs. My dad took some bricks and he put them down in there too. So we dammed it up about last year sometime. Could have been last year, I think. Yeah, it was. And it's starting to get creek wider in most spots. But if you are how do I want to put this? If you're a guy that likes to get logs from a river, likes to buy them and take them into lumber. I got some really small ones. I got a big one in a creek still. I'm not going to show you. You've already seen it. It was in front of the, well, it was laying across the creek in front of the dam. But here's some of the logs, smaller logs that I have. If you want to buy them from me, feel free. I don't need them. There's one. It goes up there. You go up in there. Got about 3 of them in there. One right here. Total of 4. I got a big one right there. I just showed you. Didn't mean to. Didn't want to, but I just did. I got some logs further down the creek that I'm not going to show you. They're kind of small, but you'll probably like them anyways. But my plan today was to get that lumber cut up. I didn't. So I think today I'll just put these videos on YouTube and I might make a third video. Maybe. I think. I'm not sure. I'll probably just talk through all these videos. Just I don't like to. But for some of you guys that are watching my videos, holding down the farm and everything, I am. The next video I'm going to make is of my food plot that I planted 8 days ago. And it's already growing. Supposed to be up in the first 5 days. It's the earliest it can be up. But it's not. It wasn't up in the first 5 days. It was up. Sorry. It was up in the first 6 or 7 days, I think. I mean, I wasn't really looking on the 5th and 6th day, but yesterday I saw them and they were popping right up. And it was surprising to me that they were coming up. But the deer aren't coming to them. And we haven't had any more deer come up on the hill. I haven't been looking, but I think there isn't any more coming up. But what I found out when I was cutting up the logs is that it's easier to put the wood on a pallet. Then you can saw in between the 2 boards on top of the pallet. That's what I did, and it helped so much. But afterwards, my back was still hurting, and your back probably still hurt too. See, there's the pallets. Put about 4 locks on each pallet. And it was amazing. It helped a lot. Got a pile of pallets right there. My first pallet that I ever gotten was in 2006. You just heard that. I just heard a really big noise. I don't think you guys could hear it, but it came from behind me. And I mean, I've seen some spooky crap down here. Sorry for the language, but I did. It was some weird stuff. Noises that you couldn't even imagine that are in Michigan. And that are in Muskegon otherwise, but it just came from over there. On the other side of the creek. And it could have been a deer, it could have been a Bigfoot. Ooh, sorry, I'll drop the camera. Could have been a deer, could have been a Bigfoot, could have been a bear. Which are unusual to see around here, but they are around here. If you go down, I went to Eggleston Township, my township, and at least my great uncle did, and they have a picture of a mountain lion. I think. I don't know what it was, but it was something that they say that's not in Michigan. They are in Michigan. So they have a picture of one right on their wall crossing some guy's backyard on an apple. Or a rolled off apple on there, somewhere around there. I don't know where it was, but something like that. Pretty weird what you see around here. Last year, my friend and I were on my quad, and we saw, I don't know what we saw. Could have been a baby Bigfoot, could have been a bear, could have been a cougar. Which really, we've had bears and cougars around my house and my girlfriend's house. Yes, I am dating someone, and it was just weird. No one went outside unless we really had to go outside for the school bus, or walk to the school bus, or something. But it was creepy knowing that something was out there. They ended up fighting the bear on the mall down in there by Dick's Sporting Goods, something around there. The cougar, they found that out up north a ways. Sorry that the camera's getting away from my face. I'm just talking, not looking at the camera. Me being stupid, like always. But really, if you ever need firewood, just shoot me a comment or something. Cause really, you can buy it from me. I don't really need all this firewood. I'm gonna give all this way to my grandma and grandpa who burn wood, but I don't really want to haul all this wood again up to my dad's truck, put it in the truck, and haul it down to my grandma and grandpa's house, throw it in the woodshed. That would just be, it'll probably be a few hours or something. It's not really fun doing that, but that's what I did all spring, almost every year. Did that thing for about 5 years, I think. I don't know, it was a long time. But this video is getting really long, so I did it 14 minutes. So, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you, and have a really good day. Bye.